What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in Matawan, New Jersey. It is Sturch, it is Gooch, Wrestling Rob behind the glass. It is a Monday, loaded Monday. There is so much to go over. We'll be chopping it up live here from the Cabinet Creation Sports Desk. Hope everybody's well out there. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Just when you thought there was no sports to be had because it's a slow time, it's just baseball. It is a football Monday because NFL teams are getting back to training camp. There's guys on the flights right now. There's guys that are still sitting home waiting for a call to see if they're going to be joining any teams. There's a lot to go over. But first, I want to say that if you want to support Chop Sports, you could do so in a monetary way by heading on over to patreon.com/Chop Sports. There's a $3, a $5, a $10 variety and variation. Go check that out. That's how to support Chop Sports. More content coming in the coming weeks because we got a lot going on. Gooch, how was your weekend, bro?
My weekend was good.
Yeah.
Nice weather.
Yeah.
When I say nice
when you
weather,
say nice,
I mean it was
like
240 degrees, but I typically don't go in the pool ever, and I went in the pool both days. I actually went swimming.
Where was your random still shot from the pool getting out of the pool?
Oh, the one I took this random still shots of Ashmere Vic.
Boyfriends
yes,
of Instagram.
Yes, but no.
You didn't have one? I was waiting for yours next.
You can't see me. I'm pale as a ghost. So
So
if
you're
you
just
see
clear?
me in the sunlight,
You're just
I
clear.
disappear. It's like
He's
you ever see
clear.
that movie? Was it Chevy Chase where he disappears, or is it Chevy
The Invisible
Chase?
Man.
Is it Chevy Chase?
Yeah.
That was me on Saturday and Sunday. Once I get in the sunlight, I turn into a hologram.
I did not. I had to, since I've purchased the home, or at least in that final process, out of attorney review. That was fun. But I am trying to get my house ready to be sold. And now it's like, by the way, I've cleaned out the basement, but your job now is to take everything to the dump. And I'm like, oh, cool. It's not 110 or anything. So I'll have a lot of fun doing so. So I lost about 13 pounds on Saturday, about 12, another 12 on Sunday. Feeling svelte. I worked out at the Kingdom Performance Gym Center thing. John, you got to tell me exactly what you're calling this place, but it's a fucking palace. I love it. I've worked out there a couple times in a row. It's right here in Morganville. So it's right near Matawan. So in any event, we got plenty to talk about. Gooch.
Yes.
Have at it, my friend.
Bro, loaded rundown. Got a big weekend of sports that took place. I'm going to start off with the NBA. And Donovan Mitchell sweepstakes is starting to heat back up. The Knicks were reported to have landed Donovan Mitchell, but they're still the front runner. But the teams that are now involved, Wizards, Raptors, Hornets, Kings. And one thing that jumps out that's a little odd to me is the Hawks. The Hawks already have a pretty good front court. They made the deal for Murray, and now they got Trey Young. I'm not sure how he would fit in over there, but in the NBA, the Celtics are now in the Kevin Durant mix. Jaylen Brown, Derek Williams, and a first-round pick were offered, and the Nets turned it down.
Yes.
And they countered, and they said, yeah, all that plus Marcus Smart. Now, me and Rob were talking earlier. It's like, okay, so if I'm the Celtics, I'm like, okay, deal, take them.
Because then you would have Durant and Jason Tatum.
I feel like that.
My God. Like,
I got to
do it.
I don't think that was a real thing that the Celtics would turn that down. They got to jump all over that.
I would assume so.
Hopefully there's more to see there.
Yep.
And Trey Young, speaking of Trey Young and the Hawks, Trey Young and John Collins, they did play in the Drew League. The Drew League, the NBA is the league that keeps on giving. We have a summer league, and that's all the rookies. And then the Drew League, and then you get the stars show out for the Drew
League.
League.
This is what the LeBron played in the other day?
So Trey Young and John Collins teamed up. They had a nice alley-oop lob, but they did take an L.
Do you know what's cool about that Drew League thing is like
nothing.
It's at like a random high school though. Like,
yeah,
it's
they
like
do
for
it
people that would never get to go to NBA games.
Can you imagine like Colonial High School? Like LeBron comes in, yo, can we play here? And like, what?
Dude, and you're just sitting there, like it's pretty cool.
That's great. Yeah, super
right,
duper.
So moving on, the boys are going to Monday Night Raw tonight, right?
Bro.
So
let's go.
have at it. And it's
honestly,
interesting.
Might be the biggest Monday Night Raw in history.
In history.
It might be the biggest Monday Night Raw in history because Vince McMahon is officially retired. It's like the first Monday Night Raw in history where Vince McMahon is not going to be calling the shots. But I'm here to tell you it's probably a work. He's going to come out and, the whole thing.
I would lose my shit, bro. First of all, Rob
would cry if it's a work.
Rob brought in the American flag today, by the way. It's not on the ground, it's on the couch.
Never do that.
It'll never put it on the ground, folks. That's America. But anyway, Rob brought in the American flag today because he figures that American flags always get put on TV. So look for us. We'll have brand new Chop Sports Fight Factory t-shirts coming to actually throw that over here. I'll throw this one there. Got to give credit where credit is due. Lauren of
I
Low
forgot to
L
put this part in my
this bad
rundown.
boy here. Yep, that's the shirt right there. So look for that on TV. We're on the floor, folks.
There we go.
We paid the big bucks.
I can't believe I skipped over Dave's Chop Fight Factory T-shirt in my rundown. My bad, boys.
Don't you ever do that again.
So, keeping it in the combat sports Fight Factory arena, paying homage to the old Fight Factory.
Chapter
Patty
1.
the Batty Pimlet.
Yes, great fight.
The fight took place over the weekend where he went on to submit Jordan Levitt fairly easily, and then he dropped a couple tea bags on his opponent's face. But the thing of note here was that Patty the Batty mentioned mental health and to break the stigma. So if you're struggling to talk to somebody, did you see the story that actually
his best friend killed himself
one of his friends?
One of his friends, but hours before
he weighed in on Friday.
Crazy.
So he went out to perform with a heavy heart, and he dedicated the win to his friends. So shout out to Patty the Batty.
Another great fight.
Honestly,
Who won the main?
Say it again.
Who won the main? Blades? Did he win?
I don't even know.
Wow.
Something was like screwy with it too, though. I
Thanks
forgot
for
something.
exposing me on that one, Dave.
Sorry.
No,
I mean,
no,
nobody
I didn't really.
I
Get
tuned
into,
in for the Patty
They
fight.
did a bad job of promoting
They did.
this
that.
card.
They
The
do
only
that.
thing that we saw on this card was Patty the Batty, and that's why I'm talking about him. So, speaking of bad promotion, moving over to the Diamond now, the 2022 Hall of Fame class was inducted this past weekend, and it was headlined by David Ortiz. But
In Cooperstown?
Yeah. With 110-degree heat.
Speaking of bad production,
Nobody knew.
nobody knew.
I
Nobody
didn't
knew.
know.
You know,
Was
like how do you not
Did they
promote?
even
First
Celebrating it?
of all, they put it on during the Sunday slate of games. So who's gonna who's gonna turn that on? Like if I'm watching the Yankees, you sure as shit know I'm not turning over to watch Big Papi do his
very
stupid speech.
confusing,
Why don't
and
they-
that's a wonder why they're struggling to reel in fans.
Do it
Dumb.
like during like training camp, and they do like a special game or something.
Like when they do the Field of Dreams thing, maybe build build some type of stadium at Cooperstown and do a game like
They
the
do have a
NFL
stadium
does.
in Cooperstown.
that's the thing too. Yeah,
They do.
But like, why aren't they playing there for this game?
I don't know. It might be a little league
Shout out
field,
to
to
you
be
guys.
honest. To be honest, I
Awesome
think it's a
job.
little
So
league.
So who
now
else? Who else was in there? Do you know who else was in there? Who else was in the retirement today? Retirement.
what
yesterday?
retirement?
He's talking about the Hall of Fame
Baseball.
class.
And no.
It was just Ortiz.
So
That's all that matters. It
still
was
a bad
Ortiz, and he
job.
shouldn't be in it anyway. But go ahead.
no, Big Papi is a little sloppy, but he was a clutch postseason home run hitter.
Also linked to steroids. So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Whatever. Okay.
And he also got
everybody's
shot.
gotta
He's like
get in.
50 Cent all of a sudden. He just gets shot, survives.
But
We're
his
good.
plaque literally paid homage to his postseason success, which I think is fitting because
Yes.
that's why he got in.
Yeah, beat the
But
Yankees.
anyway, the Mariners finally lost the game. They were on a 14-game winning streak that feels like they only lost once or twice this entire month. And if you had to pick one team in your mind, who did they lose to, Dave?
Oh, I don't
Who's
know.
the
Maybe the Houston
fucking
Astros.
Astros who beats everybody. So shout out to the Astros for
2 games back now. The
staying
Astros are the
fairly
Yankees.
dominant. All right, so Daniel Vogelback is now a New York Met.
You
They
mean-
got Ryan Vogelback.
Well, that too, but it's,
Is it Ryan?
I tagged
Is it
James
Daniel?
Rube. It looks just like I was like, yo,
Why are you
congratulations.
confusing me now? Is it
I don't know.
Ryan or Daniel? I think it's Daniel Vogelback.
Okay, could be Ryan, could be Daniel.
So it's Vogelback.
could be who gives a
It's
shit.
Vogelback is headed to the Mets. And
Big
did
boy.
anybody see the highlight yesterday? I feel like this guy's going to be a fan favorite out of the gate because he had a couple splash plays and he had
He's
chugged,
huge.
chugged from second base to home plate in like
He's
eight seconds
Freight
flat.
train,
Really?
Dude
I didn't
got a
see him.
motor for
bro. He's got a motor for a big boy.
Looks like a little hog with a motor. But when he starts to strike out 4 or 5 times a night,
They'll hate him.
I feel like
immediately.
they'll,
Yeah,
that'll
that's
go
gonna
downhill.
fucking-
David Dahl. Anybody know who David Dahl is?
Nope. We
He
will
is a
find out about him right now.
He's a veteran lefty outfielder that's not been in the league so far this year, and he's now signed with the Washington Nationals. This is newsworthy because he's a veteran lefty outfielder. Juan Soto is a lefty outfielder. So it could possibly mean that the deal is imminent. I think that we all knew that the deal was imminent.
Speaking of, okay, keep going.
And speaking of the deal being imminent, the Cardinals are now believed to be the front runners to land Juan Soto with their litany in their glut.
Give me
of
1 sec. I
prospects.
got
Go
it.
ahead.
Jalen Brown just tweeted
Uh-oh.
3 minutes ago, shaking my head. So that's that's something's
You
No,
know,
he's just
no,
upset that he was
he
offered.
was
in the
offered.
trade.
Right. I would, dude.
15 minutes.
imagine
but
all-
that happened yesterday.
Imagine
Might have
imagine
just woke
all
up.
the shit Jalen Brown did for the Celtics.
That was yesterday, though, Dave.
What?
That report was yesterday. You don't think he? I'll go through his tweets.
Unless he just doesn't tweet
Yeah,
as much.
but what might have happened is he might be like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to believe that just yet. And then he did a little bit of a deep dive and found out, you know what?
and the old
Motherfuckers
SMH.
Nah, he
really
tweets every
Kids
day.
in their
fucking tried to
abbreviations.
trade me. All right.
Woo.
So
things getting heated.
where was I at? Oh yeah, the Cardinals are the favorites to land
Yuck.
Juan Soto right now, and the Dodgers, the Braves, the Yankees, the Mets, and the Padres are all in the mix right now. Basically, anybody that's a contender that has even a shred of minor league. The interesting thing here, the Yankees, Dave told me that they pulled a bunch of minor leaguers yesterday,
including
from the
Dominguez.
lineup, Jason Dominguez being the front runner of that group.
Now, the only thing I'll say about that, not to cut you off, but the only thing I'll say about that is the fact that when I saw and read the report that they've been pulled, like the one kid was literally a hit away from the cycle. So like something is imminent for the Yankees. But the problem is, as this was happening, Soto was coming to bat. So Soto wasn't pulled. So like now I'm thinking to myself,
look, the Yankees might just know, look, we're making a move right now,
but
and they
for
might have
these
been,
guys,
they might have. It doesn't even have to be a deal in place, but the Yankees could be like, you know what, none of these guys are playing until
we make a move. With the deadlines in what, 6 days?
6 days.
Yeah,
So
man. So
they're all going to have a week
something's
off.
going down.
And look, there's a lot of other news surrounding some Major League Baseball stars. Shohei Ohtani is now being, I wouldn't say he's being actively shopped, but there was a report that came out on Saturday that's saying multiple teams are reaching out to the Angels, and the Angels right away shot that down. That was Saturday. Sunday comes around, and I read an article saying, well, the Angels have now named their price for Shohei.
That's insane.
And the price is multiple usable players now to preserve their playoff run in addition to his star. I mean, that might be a little steep. You're not going to really get many teams that are in a playoff run with stars to
I don't buy this.
To go after Ohtani. I don't buy it either. I feel like Ohtani's such a happy-going, easygoing guy that he's not going to be offended by this. Right?
No, I don't think it'll throw him off his game by any stretch.
I don't think it's going to fracture the relationship with the Angels front office because of the way they came out and said, no. First, anything else that comes out conflicting could be looked at as just, wolf tickets. But the Angels have an obligation, considering if you look at the contract situation with Ohtani, if a team is going to throw the world at them, they have to take the deal.
Well, you're getting peak Ohtani right now. So it's like you wait any more time, like next year, the year after that, you start to go down. I'm not saying that Ohtani's going to lose a step or lose power or bat speed, but I'm saying like right now,
his value's at an all-time high.
Right.
For sure. But I don't know that the team that would
be
be interested in trading for Ohtani doesn't even have to be in the playoff hunt. I think that
but they have to have a star, apparently.
But you're not going to necessarily see all teams will line up. And I'll say this: when he pitched in Miami the other day, there was 20,000 fans in attendance. Their average fan in attendance in Miami a game is
18 people.
Is like 7,000.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah, no,
What
he's
he's
an
bringing to the
attraction.
table, Ohtani, anybody will trade for him because he makes money for you.
Let me ask you this question, and I want you to answer this as if you are the Angels front office, only as the Angels front office.
And only Mrs. Go ahead.
If the Yankees call you right now, judge for Ohtani,
no,
would you take it?
No.
Angels front office, Dave.
No.
If I'm the Angels front office, no, because there's a
What would your counter be?
Well,
oh wait, if I'm the Angels front
Yes,
office, so
yes,
like if the
Dave.
Yankees call me and say, "Hey, we want Ohtani, we'll give you Judge."
Yes.
but here's the reason why you don't do
I
that.
don't know.
If you're the Angels front office, it has to be hinging on an extension.
Yes, I understand that. That's
It's a sign and trade,
But would you
almost,
do
or a
it?
trade and sign.
if all that was set, would you do it?
I don't know, man. They're two different. Look, Ohtani is like an anomaly now.
Yeah, I would do it because I think Ohtani has a chance to really walk and they get nothing. So if you could turn that into Judge with an extension, but at the same time, you're going to probably end up having to pay Aaron Judge
Imagine that outfield though.
boatload of fucking money to get him to leave the Yankees. Yeah, I would do it if I was the Angels, but I would have to have a conversation with Shohei first.
But maybe is that the reason why they're letting Ohtani secret trade because they don't want to pay him that much money?
Well, yeah, that when he's up, that's going to cost them the fucking farm.
I don't think that they're afraid to spend money on Ohtani.
I mean, look at
So
the
what
contract
is
they
it, you
gave
think?
fucking
Mike Trout, but
Yeah.
even the other guy from the Nationals, what the fuck is his name? Rendon. He got a monster deal from them too.
They did.
Yeah.
But
They'll
so
spend
why are
money.
they telling me? So why are they letting him?
They
get
just
traded?
gave Thor $20 million.
That's true. Yeah, I don't understand it either. Bailey's a big Angels fan.
Yeah, he thinks they're
He's
going
coming in says I don't
going
think
to the
he
Padres.
said I don't think he gets moved. But my guess is if he does, it's the Padres, West Coast, so it's still close to Japan and Tatis. That'd be a good move
Because the
too.
world is round.
Are you
and
saying
I keep forgetting
Tatis,
that.
like Tatis has to be in the deal?
Fuck
The
no.
Padres have a lot of young talent in the minors.
They got.
right
I
now,
feel
so
like they have a
definitely have some
complete.
pieces.
They have like an elite minor league aged team.
I think
right
that
now.
the Padres are a dark horse for Soto more so than Ohtani, personally. I just think he's a better fit, and I think that they have a lot of young talent that they can part ways with.
Machado, that'd be a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already a pretty good fucking team.
They're on the playoff hunt,
right?
The Padres? Yeah, they're in a playoff hunt.
Yeah,
they're right
absolutely.
Tatis is still out though, right?
He's coming back, which is
Tatis
why I
will be
dropped
back in
Kim.
a couple weeks, but they're talking about moving him to corner outfield too. So we'll see. Tatis is a shortstop, but for now, he might have to move for a little bit.
Speaking of outfield, did you see the way your boy ran around third yesterday? Ran around second to third.
Who?
Torres or no, it was Gleyber Torres, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Gleyber. Just based off of how he ran the third, he almost did like a pump fake. He's like, they're never going to see this coming, and then they saw it coming. It's a major league fucking defense, bro. Like the fact that he thought that like he slowed down. Did you see it? He's rounding second, right? And he does this. He goes around, and he just takes off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you do? Like, you gotta, if you're gonna try to book it to
it,
third,
but
you gotta
I heard my
go.
father's complaining. Definitely, 100%.
Talking about like, and that's the thing with him is that like they question his hustle, they question.
That's what
but
I
if
mean,
that's his strategy, and he wants to like pump him out and be like, hey. Everybody thinks
You get the I don't hustle thing from Gleyber?
There's a little bit of Robbie Cano in there, I think.
I think that there's
because it's a lot. You know what it is?
Oh,
some
no,
people.
Cano is a different.
No.
breed.
But some people
Cano and
confuse
Sanchez, maybe. But
some people confuse hustle and effort with it being easy for those guys. So like when they're making a play and it looks like they're doing it lackadaisical, it's because it's coming easy to these guys.
Cano didn't run down the line, but he also had like a smooth approach. So you couldn't really add. You don't want him to be like all fucking hyper, but. Hustle. I think Gleyber hustles. I think he had a mental lapse right there.
Scoop in a comment. Speaking of outfielders, how about the Red Sox outfielders, Rob? Change the lights. Bro, did you see the one? He's like, I got it. Fuck, where is it? It's like 20 feet.
But wasn't that like a week ago?
No, and it happened again. It's
Oh
four
my
times
God.
during this year.
They got shellacked the other night, 28-3, and there was no Falcons or Patriots comeback in this one, folks. They got smoked,
a guy
bro.
proposed to his wife in the fifth inning.
All
He
right,
scored with like 25.
Dude, you saw that? The guy proposed with they were losing.
Speaking of depressing ass things like the Red Sox outfield, and I don't mean to make a joke of this because it's definitely not a joke, but I have to spin off of it somehow. There is one more thing in the rundown. So Texans rookie Jonathan Mechie the third is out for the season because he was diagnosed with leukemia. Tough situation going forward for this guy, obviously. Dealt in December, he tore his ACL. He was projected to be a first-round pick. With the ACL, he gets 44th overall, in line to probably make his way into the lineup at some point this season. But now he's probably out for the year, hopefully lining himself up for 2023 season. But prayers for Jonathan Mechie.
From what I've read and what he said is that he has the most curable version of leukemia, which is great, but the road is not going to be easy for this kid. Not at all. Prayers up to him.
Prayers up, and hopefully we get to see him in a Texans uniform come 2023.
Absolutely.
I'm sure I'll put him up on my sleepers list.
Sure.
He does. If you look at his numbers from last year, 96 for 1142 and 8 touchdowns. I know it was Alabama, but that's
and they had
still pretty good.
It wasn't like they had no one else to throw to. Right, put up good numbers. So it's definitely an unfortunate situation. But that is it for my rundown. If you have anything
I'm circling back to a couple things here.
Let's do it.
First, Vince McMahon, because everybody and their mother is saying that Vince retired, and what I think personally is that he was forced out of his job, and that's unfortunate because now there's say what you will about what he does on his own time and his personal life and whatever else that's going on with him, with all the legal bullshit that's going on. Like, there is nobody, Rob can attest to this, any wrestling fan, anybody who doesn't watch wrestling. Then again, I don't know. Here's the quiz. Ashley, do you know who Vince McMahon is? All right. Well, that's enough. Like, I've heard the name. Like, Vince McMahon is a household name. He is Hulk Hogan.
So wait, Ash, did you hear the name like 4 or 5 times in the room today?
Because first time? No, she's definitely heard the name.
No, she has.
So
no, I was just
all right. So he owns WWE wrestling, right? Oh, not anymore. Well, he still owns it, but like he's retiring.
Yeah, come on.
I know. But what I'm thinking is this: he was forced out. It's a very unceremonious way to get forced out of your position. He is the biggest name in professional wrestling or sports entertainment history. My guess and my hope is that tonight, Rob, that when we're in the Garden, the Mecca, that this guy comes out. Once that music hits, bro, that place, the roof will blow off.
Throw their
if
chairs.
That happens.
That might be the biggest pop of all time.
Right, and Triple H right now leads the league, leads the Garden and biggest pops at the Garden. Right,
he really does.
When he came back from his injury many moons ago. But like Vince McMahon, if this happens tonight, bro, and we're there for it, I got goosebumps just thinking about it. Like, that's crazy.
I literally
absolutely
if
crazy.
His music pops and starts showing, bro, I think people would throw their chairs and like go nuts. People
don't throw your chair.
Yeah, don't throw your chair. We'll get in trouble for that. But anyway, so that's Vince
McMahon. Are you
McMahon.
bringing that chair? I'm confused.
What?
You get to bring chairs to the Garden?
No.
For wrestling?
No.
Well, he just brought that chair just for the studio.
That was been my Trump's like
studio
since
chair.
Survivor
It's a studio chair. So let's see what happens with Vince. If you're a wrestling fan, you'll tune in tonight, 8:00. We'll be the guys with the Chop Sports Fight Factory t-shirts and the American flag, and probably me and Rob will hoist Tommy up on our shoulders, and we'll try to get him on TV. So, and dude, you know, it reminds me of Black Sheep. Like, he's a hero, and he should be hoisted on the shoulders, and like they can't get him up, and just fucking fall back. Oh my god. Anyway, so that's Vince. My other thing that you didn't bring up, Gooch,
portly, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's
Tommy?
a big boy.
Tommy,
Big
a
boy.
little portly.
Big boy. My other thing that you didn't bring up, that I don't see Kyle in here today, so I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's sleeping, maybe he's working, maybe he's whatever. So yesterday I brought it up. I think it happened Saturday night. I brought it up in our group chat, and I said, did anybody else see Nick Castellanos crush that reporter in the clubhouse? And no, like a couple people said, I think a couple guys chimed back in, Scoop, and then Kyle said the reporter wins the day. And just so you guys know, to put it in context, clearly Nick Castellanos plays for the Phillies, and the Phillies are playing piss poor baseball right now. And it's hard for anybody to root for the Phillies if you're even in Philadelphia. So there's a lot of boos happening. And when Castellanos pops out, strikes out, does whatever, he gets booed. And that rightfully so about pretty much every player on the Phillies right now. My thing is this. So the interview happens in the back, and the clubhouse interviews. Now, if you're a diehard fan, I'll ask you, because you're a diehard fan of the Packers. Would you say you're the Packers over the Yankees, or the Yankees over the Packers?
And we had this conversation.
Or are they sub? Or are they 1-1?
It's different, but it's the Packers, and it's not close.
Okay,
so
that's what I said. That's what I say about the Cowboys. The Cowboys is not close.
But yeah.
But like, all right, so every game, no matter what, are you watching a lot of the post-game stuff? Whether it be players, coaches, are you watching the interviews? Are you that much of a fan or no?
I watch them on the website, like, but after the game, it depends on
how not. I mean, but you catch yourself up on everything, right?
Maybe game to game basis.
So
maybe like game to game.
Yeah, so I always do. It's either
I watch them all. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to see what this Fox.
Well, I'm a psychopath, and like
get me out of it.
On Monday morning or Monday afternoon, all the video comes.
Step back sometimes.
All the video comes out. So I avidly watch all the Cowboys post game. I don't watch all the Yankees post game stuff. It is what it is. If you're a diehard fan, you're going to watch it anyway. So what Kyle is saying, and this is what happened, Castellanos was asked by this reporter, and I don't even remember his name. I don't care. But he's a fossil. He works for NBC. He covers the Phillies. He goes, hey, Nick, did you hear the boos? Did you hear all those boos? And Nick Castellanos, who's one of the better players of the Phillies, goes back, looks right at him, and goes, no, I lost my hearing. Like, as a joke. But like at the same time, like, asshole, yeah, I did. But he didn't say that. He's like, I lost my hearing. And then he followed it up. Castellanos came back and said, this is a stupid question. It's a dumb question. And the guy's like, it's not a dumb question. I mean, and he's like, no, it is.
I don't know that it is a dumb question.
Well, who does that?
But I understand why Castellanos doesn't like it. But, I mean, hey, did you hear the boos? Like, he might have been able to word it better. Like, what do you think of them booing you out there? Like, something like that. Like, obviously, I fucking heard the boos.
Yeah, but that was the question. He could have said, the reporter could have said, man, the crowd, is it affecting you? And he could have been like, nah, it's not. We're good. Everything will be fine. But no, he's like, did you hear the boos? And he's like, are you kidding?
A-Rod got booed every fucking day.
But what I'm saying is this. So anyway, the follow-up is this. So he's doing this. They're going back and forth about it being a dumb question. And the reporter puts his finger in the face of Nick Castellanos, a Major League Baseball player. You don't do that. That is absolutely no-go.
That's crazy.
Grounds to get the hell out of there. And the security guard took the reporter out. Kyle's argument is that it was good for the reporter because that was a viral video and everybody saw it. Me, as a former journalist and somebody that's worked in media rooms before, like, you could possibly get kicked out and lose your credentials forever for pissing off one of your key players, maybe the second or third highest player on your team. Like, you don't do that, man. Like, you can't big league a big league.
Fast forward to tonight where Nick Castellanos has to make a public apology.
Because it's 2022. Of course he has to. But it's just like, I don't know. I don't think this was right by any stretch. I don't think that this reporter was in the right at all. I think Castellanos, again,
I didn't.
He's
see
a
the
professional
yet, so I can't really.
You didn't see what?
I didn't see the incident.
Is he their head beat
like I have to look.
I believe
and see.
from what Sean Redden, who covers, he's our Philly guy, right? So he's a Philly guy. From what I heard from him is that he's one of the primo NBC covers the Phillies guys. When you're that old, and this goes to show you that like guys like even like Mike Fisher, again, if you're in the Cowboys and you know who Mike Fisher is. He's a guy who used to be in every locker room with a mic in somebody's face, but eventually he becomes a piece of shit and nobody likes him anymore because he said too many bad things about the team. The team has the right to say, get the fuck out there, bro. If you're not going to say, you can ask hard-hitting questions, do that.
I don't think
but don't be a dick.
I don't think it was personal at Nick Castellanos the way he asked the question, but when you're pointing in his face because you don't like his answer,
that's
it's
ridiculous.
Like if you're going to ask a question that might incite somebody to be annoyed, then
it's annoying.
Don't be surprised when they give you a response that comes off like, yo, you're a dick. Here's your dickhead answer.
Right.
So
it's a clown question, bro. Didn't everybody get on Bryce for that?
If I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm here for all of it.
I know you're here for that, but I'm just saying,
players.
I think I am Team Castellanos on this one. I consider myself a man of faith.
I'm typically not on the side of the reporters in many of these situations, but I also understand that as a major league player, you're getting paid a lot of money. Go up there and deal with the shitty question and not blow up.
Yeah. All right.
Could be looked at too.
Again, but that's one thing I had to circle back. I know it is training camp day. There's guys going into training camp. We'll get into that in a second. But first, I want to make sure you guys are going to be all well off when it comes to retirement, folks. And if you're not, there's a guy who can help you. I thought you were laughing or something, so I stopped.
No, I was taking a sip.
It is Michael Fusco of the Fusco Insurance Agency. He will help you create a comprehensive retirement plan. He'll explore using life insurance and annuities to help you build a more secure future so you can worry a little bit less now. Call 718-701-5787 to schedule your complimentary consultation. 718-701-5787. Guarantees and protections are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing company. Some insurance policies are not available in all states. And of course, Michael Fusco is now offering some financing. If you have a 540 FICO score, you can finance starting at $300 by heading on over to prestigetaxfinancing.com//business financing. And also, happy belated to our good friend Michael Fusco. I believe yesterday or the day before was his birthday. So happy birthday, brother. Got something from, sorry, before we get over to Manscaped, I do want to shout out Dat Chat and Hater Fantasy Sports. Those guys, obviously, they're ramping up. A lot of stuff to go over with Dat Chat, by the way. If you still haven't downloaded this app, go do yourself a favor. They cover it all. Blockchain, NFTs, fucking social media, where you don't get censored. I'm sorry, I keep going on and on.
They just don't cover the shaving of the ball sack.
They
so
don't.
If you want to get that covered, you head on over to manscaped.com. Use the promo code SHOPSPORTS. You get free shipping worldwide and 20% off your entire order. Check out the Performance Package 4.0. It has the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker 2.0. It cleans your nose hairs and your ears hairs. It gets all the exfoliators, all the rubs. And, bro, it's been hot as fuck this week, right? So nobody wants all that disgusting taint jungle juice going on down there.
Oh, God.
What you got to do, you're built for speed in the summer. You get rid of all that stuff. The ladies will love it. And,
taint jungle juice.
Head on over to Manscaped. Promo code SHOPSPORTS. Taint jungle juice.
Hashtag. Use the hashtag on our Twitter.
It'll get you drunk
right now.
Really
drunk on taint jungle juice. Oh, my God. Anyway. All right. Well, those are the reads, the old sponsor skis. We appreciate all you guys, of course, as always. Now it's time to talk about the 2022 AFC champion New York Jets, because boy, oh boy, do I got some good shit for the Jets today, boy. I know me and you probably are the furthest apart of any team that we've had as far as predictions.
I have to see what you say.
Okay.
For some of these games.
Okay.
Because as we go through the schedule,
go to the Artie one too.
No, I thought that's what that was, but
it's there. Yeah, but bang, Jets. Boom. All right. So here's the low, super duper low over under on the win total is 5.5 for the New York Jets. I'll go over the key losses and the key gains and their draft. Okay, like I do for every single team. But by the way, if you've been watching, you'll notice that sometimes we'll clip up the team and put it as a separate post. So shout out to all the Tennessee Titan fans that have taken my throat and ripped it out. I don't know if you've seen all that. They're saying, you guys don't do any research. You guys aren't doing anything good. You guys suck, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, cool. Thank you so much for watching.
Does anybody know anything about the Texans?
Titans.
Oh,
I mean,
I guess
number
we'll
one.
find out
This
year.
guy's top 5 defense. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, great.
Yeah, no,
So that's all you. It's the Titan fans that are coming out of the woodwork, which is fine because you know what? I would do the same
who
thing
cares?
if somebody talked shit about the Cowboys in a bad light. I would come back and attack
but
them.
look, some of these teams, we're going through all the teams. We know what we know about them. The AFC, the Titans, nobody gives a shit about you guys. Sorry, right? So
there it is. So it is written.
Fans, anyway,
Anyway,
all watching, and they're not watching anyway because we know that.
Key losses for the New York Football Jets. Marcus May starts off as safety, right? They lose Marcus May. They lose Keelan Cole. They also lose Jamison Crowder. So 2 receivers, Gonzo. They lost 2 tight ends. They have addressed that, though. In the gains, I feel like the bigger gains. CJ Azuma, I think this is their best tight end they've had in years.
Kyle Brady. Shout out to Kyle Brady.
Oh, my God. Remember his square-ass head? Anyway, Solomon Thomas, edge rusher, coming on in. This is not a good signing. I don't know if you consider him even in the race to win this job, but please, I beg of you, Jets, if I'm gonna be behind you guys the entire year, please release Greg Zuerlein before he gets on the field. He sucks. He can hit that 60-yarder, but boy, you line him up for a 37-yard chipper, no shot in hell. So get rid of him. And of course, Jordan Whitehead was brought on as well. But I have to talk and rave about the New York Jets draft. We did this already back when the draft happened. The New York Jets draft was out of this world good. Obviously, Sauce Gardner picked 4th overall. Garrett Wilson, one of the better receivers in the draft class, picked 10th overall. And then they go back into the first round after a trade and get Jermaine Johnson off the edge. And of course, in the second round, 36th overall, so literally the 4th pick in the second round, they bring in Breece Hall. They also drafted a tight end, offensive tackle, edge towards the back end. The tight end, actually, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's actually pretty good. When you look at this team,
allegedly,
yeah. When you look at this team, Gooch,
is he in the 5th round?
They have it all. Really depends about Zach Wilson. Clearly, the growth of this kid. He's already made headlines in the offseason by slaying some moms out there. Which again, shout out to Zach Wilson for doing his thing, bro, making headlines and doing his thing. Right? People already have anointed you as basically the king of New York. But
I think Zach Wilson might be sad right now. I
Why-
think
why would you
everybody's
think he's
everybody's
sad? He is the
praising-
starting quarterback in New
everyone's
York.
praising Zach Wilson but I could guarantee you that when this story broke and his girl found out, he wasn't like, yeah, what?
Well, no,
he was
of course.
destroyed.
When
that
that
his girl
moment,
found out and broke
but
up
you
with
know
him
when
and then started banging his best friend. Like Zach Wilson right now isn't good.
No.
I can promise you.
I
he's
promise
like,
you,
fuck.
within 8 seconds of feeling sad, he got 3 messages in his DMs.
Yeah, but
he was fine.
But
Trust
he's a
me
Mormon,
when I tell you,
Dave. It might not matter to him. Like it's not. He's.
This is true. He's a normal 4-girl kind of guy as a Mormon.
But anyway,
so it's Zach Wilson. He leads the league in moms tapped, and of course behind him is Joe Flacco, elite. Okay, everybody knows that Joe Flacco's elite. They have a 3-headed monster.
Isn't there a quarterback controversy in New York with Mike White and Zach Wilson?
Mike White? No, remember that?
Not really, dude.
That was a complete
that was a
dig and sarcasm.
Dig ski. Anyway, no controversy there. Mike White has remained as the 3rd guy, so we'll see if he gets back. But they have a 3-headed monster, I believe, in the backfield. Okay, obviously they draft Breece Hall. You got Michael Carter from last year. Nope, everybody shouldn't sleep on Tevin Coleman. I understand he's almost like a journeyman, but he is that change of pace guy, and I definitely think that he has a very big
you mean
role.
Coach Coleman? He's coaching out there right now at this point. Come on, bro. You got these 2 young upstart running backs that are definitely going to get the ball more often than not. Coach Coleman he'll be a good addition.
Bailey comes in and says he's been repenting since. He's talking about Wilson. I'm
been.
so sorry. Oh my God, that's great.
The Heavenly Father will forgive you. Just don't drink coffee.
Don't do that yet. The receiving core, Elijah Moore. Everybody liked him last year. He's 1 year better, and I think he's going to be great. And we just mentioned Garrett Wilson. They do have Corey Davis from last year. Mims hasn't really jumped off the scene yet, but has a chance to. And don't forget Braxton Berrios, man. He's joined the, what do we call that? The white.
White. I'm pretty sure is he white?
Braxton
He's
Berrios.
white,
He's
yeah.
a little
Berrios
white man.
sounds a little Latin.
Definitely a white.
Braxton
I
Berrios.
could be wrong.
I mean, he might be half white, but
Man,
Berrios.
you're really putting me on the like fucking what's that?
But he's on
23andMe or whatever it's called.
Let's check. I'm looking. Does he get a pad? Braxton Berrios, wide receivers of America. Does he fit in? Yeah, he's in, bro.
So he's there. All right. Anyway,
Ken Paulman told me he gets royalties every time I mention that. He said,
"Oh, nice.
That is his thing."
All right. So anyway, their offensive line, they've been building that for the last couple of years. Unfortunately, Becton right now is still eating. So I don't know what they're going to do about him, but the offensive line is better over the years. Okay. Defense, obviously lost in rankings. Quinnen Williams, they got a really good team. CJ Mosley, if this guy stays healthy, remember what he used to be able to do. I know, but I'm saying, remember what he used to do. The secondary, Sauce Gardner, they just drafted him, LaMarcus Joyner. The Jets are going to be good, man. And I got a good feeling about their schedule too, because when I got a chance to look at it, I'm like, wow, okay, so you say tough. I say, you know what? There's going to be some wins in here in which I don't think that people are going to predict right off the rip. And maybe they come in not as the dogs, but I really do believe Berrios is Hispanic, according to Scoop.
He is. His father's name is Rico.
Yeah, so.
All right, well,
that's hilarious.
Then I'm wrong on that. Then that's fine. But anyway.
No, I checked. He's in. He's in. We're good.
Oh, okay, cool. So he meets the criteria.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So going over this, well, anyway, talk to me about the Jets, Gooch. Before I dive into the schedule, obviously I just rolled off everything.
So obviously we talked about the receivers. Their young parts right now are all good. They got 2 first-round receivers on the outside. They have, Elijah Moore was drafted in the first round or second?
Either way.
Second round.
All right, so either way.
So they have 2 really good young wide receivers. Corey Davis, who has had success in the league, but he's typically a third receiver. So now he gets to fall into his role.
He was a 2 behind A.J. Brown.
But
and then last year he was, whatever.
I think he's better suited for a third, and now he's 3 years removed from being a 2. We talked about it. Every time we talk about the Jets, I like their head coach. I think they're going to play hard for him. I'm not sure how his X's and O's are going to go and how the coordinator situation works out with the Jets, but it's all about Zach Wilson. I think that Zach Wilson might be going through it a little bit, and he's a little upset about what's going on in his personal life. You think that it's just like, oh, Zach Wilson's the man, but I don't know.
Listen,
man.
I'm not singing his praises.
This was his high school sweetheart and his best friend. That's a tough situation to have to live through,
bro. Trust me, man.
Yeah,
there's no broken hearts here. I'm telling you right now.
Man,
it might have been fresh.
Wouldn't be so sure. But
I don't know the guy. I'm not friends with him. Like, dude, you all right? You want to talk about it? Like, I'm sure that he was very beat up about it because look, he did a bad thing, right? Like, he did a bad thing by the book. He did a bad thing.
So, it's not like his mom is cool with it. Like his mom sent him to a Mormon school. His mom is
hold on. Well, his mom's been on Instagram and everything. When she goes,
everybody thought that was the friend.
Yes, she has. Yes, she has. She was on a couple days ago. I'll show you the video.
And a couple days ago, so she resurfaced because I know she took a little hiatus.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, because she's probably getting butchered.
The new video, she's like on live. She's very whatever.
Zach Wilson's dealing with.
There are friends. Her friends are in the background, and people are like, "Oh, is that her?" And her mom's like, "Don't say that about laughing. This isn't her."
Trust me when I tell you, all is well.
Acknowledging that it did take place.
It's foregone. It's a thing. It happened. But anyway, back to football.
Young offensive line, but improving offensive line.
The Jets have paid they have to this year.
The most money paid out to
on the offensive line. Yeah.
Okay, so all that's well and good. The Jets, you say way too low win total, bro. I raise you this. The Jets have combined 6 wins over the last 2 seasons.
I'm well aware.
Right? So they got to go out there and prove it on the field.
Sometimes the team's got to take a couple big L's to put it all together.
Sometimes these drafts take a couple years to materialize. Case in point, Elijah Moore last year. I do think Garrett Wilson's the next coming of a Marvin Harrison, Isaac Bruce type. I do think
I like that. Big body and move.
That'd be so cool.
He has the really good route running ability, and he has probably the best hands in the draft. So I'm big on him. It's like Zach Wilson. Is he going to take the next step this year? I think he might, but it's going to be with some bumps along the way. And the schedule is a little bit tougher than you're giving it credit for.
Listen, there's when Zach Wilson struggled last year and he got hurt, right? Like it was just a rough year for him, right? But the due diligence, which is a very popular word in Dallas, the due diligence that the Jets put in to get this kid and put them as their franchise guy. I understand that it didn't work out with Sam Darnold, and maybe they cut the cord with him too quick. I don't know. Like he's obviously shown some flashes, but this kid looks to be the electric spark that this offense needs, and it wasn't able to get going last year because of the fact that A, he was hurt, B, just the new coaching staff. It was all a work in progress. So they went from 2 to 4, right? Wins 2 to 4 to we'll see what they do this year. I think there's a massive leap, not just a leap, because another leap would be 6.
I mean,
7.
it's not hard to improve on 2 wins though.
On 4.
Yeah, but
4
you know,
wins.
so 4 wins in an
So
improvement.
they doubled from 2 to 4.
They
They could
third.
double from 4 to maybe more.
The Jets picked third this year.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, they went from the second pick to the third pick.
Sometimes you got to go through that shit. Look at the Bengals. They went from last to first.
I know. Look, but the thing about the Jets is that they've gone through this shit. You know, how many times have the Jets been
I
in
think
the top
this is a
5?
different regime, though. I don't know,
Fair.
man.
And everybody says, like, oh, in Joe Douglas we trust, or whatever the new slogan might be. But at the end of the day, having good drafts doesn't really equate to good drafts if they're not good drafts in 2 or 3 years. Like, we can't judge this draft. Sauce Gardner
Not
can
yet.
get
No.
roasted week 1.
You're very, very accurate.
I don't believe that's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
They have a few good players here.
But again, those moves that the front
they
office
gotta get
made
it done on
on
the field.
draft night to get back into the first round to get Jermaine Johnson, right? And then, like, I was a little weary with the Breece Hall pick, but apparently everybody's on this kid like he's going to be something good. And you already had something okay in Michael Carter.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're adding to that is even better, because in the NFL, as much as it's a passing league and you got to make sure you can pass the ball well, you got to establish the run to pass, to open up that pass. I think the Jets can do that this year. I really do. So let's dive into the schedule. And this is where I'm going to make some people's heads explode, okay? Because and I'm not here. Listen, I'm telling you right now, bold face, right to the camera. I am not Mr. Clicky McClickerson. I don't say shit just to get clicks. I don't do that. I actually frown upon all those assholes who do that. I'm not about to do that here. However,
Clickerson.
this might do that. We'll see. Here we go. Starting off with the Baltimore Ravens at home. I'm here to tell you that the Jets are going to win their opener. They're going to win their opener. They're going to beat the Baltimore Ravens at home. Then they go at Cleveland. We don't know about the suspension, but the Jets could beat Cleveland in Cleveland. And that's even with Deshaun Watson at quarterback. I firmly believe that. Okay. Ready? They come home, they play the Bengals, the AFC champion Bengals.
If you got the Jets starting off 3-0, that's fake.
It gets better. I got the Jets beating the Bengals.
Nobody believes
I got
that.
the Jets beating the Bengals. The Bengals are going to be that team where they're going to be very good, but I just think that the Jets are going to go on this little bit of a run in the beginning of the season where people are going to be like, okay, hold on. Like, is this Zach Wilson? Is this what we got? Is this the future? Are we really excited? Are we going to get nuts? The Jets start off, to me, 3-0. Then they go at Pittsburgh. Guess what? Guess what, everybody?
Jets might be
They're going to
0-4.
beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, too. Because if it's Mitch or it's Kenny Pickett by week 4, Jets still win that game.
We're
Better team.
Definitely beating the Steelers. That's
4-0.
Definitely, huh?
4-0. Then they go back
In
home.
Pittsburgh, you're definitely beating them.
Yeah.
They're going to beat the Steelers at New Heinz Field, whatever they call
I'll
it.
take that bet right now.
Go ahead, take
Like,
that.
without like
The Pittsburgh
easy
Steelers is a win.
at least it's mathematically easy money for
Week
me because
5.
they're going to be favored.
Week 5. The
Not
Jets
bad.
go back home. The Jets go back home
The 3-0
and play
Jets.
the Miami Dolphins. That's a win.
That is a win too, though.
That's a win. So yes, the New York Football Jets are going to start off 5-0.
How about this? There's a better chance of the Jets starting off 0-5, obviously. And if that's the
the
case,
Jets
I'm
beat
going
the
to pull up.
Bengals last year. And that's
Keep going. Yeah. Talk to him, Rob.
Mike White.
Talk to him, Rob. So listen. So here's the hot start. Everybody's going to go nuts. They're going to say Zach Wilson's the guy, and then they're going to run into a buzzsaw.
because they beat them last year. They must beat them this year.
No. The Jets are going to run into a little bit of a buzzsaw named Aaron Rodgers. And I think in Green Bay is their first loss of the season.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it wasn't happening. All right,
Thank
I'm not.
God. That was
I'm not
terrifying.
insane. I just
Are the
think
Packers going to be dogs in that one too?
No.
Like home
No.
dogs?
They'll probably be
If we're
6.
5-0,
If the Jets are
right?
If the
undefeated.
Jets are
5-0.
5-0, listen. If the Jets are 5-0 and the Packers are 4-1 for whatever reason,
All right, so Dave, I'm
Nah,
going
the
to show you
Packers
what
will
the
probably
odds
still
are.
be
Ready?
favored now.
The Jets to start 4-0 is plus 3,000.
what about 5-0?
I don't know.
There's no odds for that. Anyway, so the 5-1 New York Jets go at Denver. They're going to lose that one too. So the Jets are going to hit the skids a little bit. They're going to hit the 2-game losing streak. Then everybody's like, "Oh my God, wheels are going to fall off." Like, let's hope that 5 week in a like by Thanksgiving or not by Thanksgiving after Halloween. You're like, "Oh shit, what's going to happen now?" They go back home. They're going to beat the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to be one of the bottom feeders of this year. I know Anand's in the chat. I saw him in there before. I'm sorry. He's a Pats fan. I'm sorry. The Patriots are going to stink this year. They're going to be bottom feeders with the Bears and the Texans. Okay. Those are going to be the bottom feeders of the league. And look, you can go back. You can go back in the middle of the year, mark it down, July, what's today, 25th. You can be like, look at Dave. What an idiot. He said the Patriots are going to be bad and the Patriots start 5-0 or some shit, right? It's going to be like one of those. It's fine. I'm fine with it. So they're going to beat the Patriots. Then they go back home. They stay home. They play Buffalo. I think they get swept by Buffalo this year. Buffalo is, I think, leaps and bounds better than anybody else in the AFC East. I think Josh Allen is the real deal. And I think that they're going to struggle at home and people are going to be like, what the fuck? But going into their week 10 bye, I got the Jets at 6-3. The Jets at 6-3 going into their bye.
Well, 1-5-0, 1-3 in their last 4. 1-3 in their last 4.
And they're struggling. They hit the struggle button, right? Then out of the bye is when I know this is going to retract what I just said. They go to New England, they lose that game off the bye. New England's not going 0-17. Okay, like they're going to win some games and specifically at home. So I think the Jets trip up here and they lose that game. But then it gets favorable once again, 2 weeks in a row. They host the Bears again, bottom feeders. Jets get that win. Then they go at Minnesota. I don't believe in Minnesota like everybody else does. I know a lot of people are on the Vikings this year to be better. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. I don't know what time this game is. It doesn't really matter. I'm not all over the whole like Cousins can't win. All right, Cousins can't win at prime time, blah, blah, blah. I think they could go on the road and beat Minnesota too. I'm a firm believer in this coaching staff. I think Robert Saleh has got these guys are going to play as best as they played in years. I really do believe that. Maybe since the Super Bowl or AFC Championship years
Sexy
I
think that's fairly evident if right now you have him at 8 wins through 12 weeks.
So I've already hit the over, by the way, as we go on. They lose again to Buffalo. Then they go back home. Ready for this back home stretch? Detroit and Jacksonville. Give me 2 wins there too. Give me 2 wins. Why not? And I know the Lions and the Jaguars are probably going to compete this year. They're going to be better than that most people have said, but I firmly believe those are going to be some close games, but the Jets get it done as long as they cut their line right now. Because if they have a different kicker.
The Jaguars or the Lions against the Jets when you were doing their teams.
I don't know. I would have to go back and look. But
the Jets,
this is hard to do.
Yeah, it
like,
is.
What we'll do is
go through the week
week
2.
We're going to do that like we did last year, and we'll figure that out via like Instagram graphics or some shit. End of the year at Seattle. Seattle's going to be one of those bottom feeders, I believe as well. You know, top 5 pick next year. They win there, and then they trip up at the end of the year against Miami, which probably costs them. I don't know how much it's going to cost them, but I have the 2022 New York Jets going 11-6. You talk about a team. I've seen the Bengals do it. So it has been done before. And in recent years, where you're the worst team in the league, you draft 1 or 2 guys that just makes the difference. Your quarterback gets on a run, and all of a sudden you're in the AFC Championship and in the Super Bowl. I've seen it happen. It's going to happen with the New York Jets. I'm taking flight this year, boys. I'm with you guys, with the Jets fans. I think the Jets are going to have a fantastic season under Robert Saleh, Zach Wilson, and co. That's my rant, and I'm sticking to it. Where are your major discrepancies? Because obviously you don't have them at 11.
There's a lot.
Okay, like I said, I think this was going to be the most far apart we are.
Is where I have the issue. I think that the most winnable game out of the gate is definitely at Cleveland because of the quarterback situation. But even that game is going to be a nightmare to protect Zach Wilson, right? And then stopping Nick Chubb. Right, that's going to be a tough situation. Just looking at matchup wise, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals. I feel like they're going to, and the Steelers, right out of the gate. The Jets are going to get their run defense tested early and often against the AFC North. They're going to run the ball at the Jets, who it was pointed out in the chat by Anand that they were the last ranked team in football against the run last year. So they do have some young, good talent up front, and the philosophy of a Robert Saleh to maybe toughen up with another year under that system, but. Like I said, they're going to get tested by Najee Harris, Lamar Jackson. I don't know how Dobbins will be, but Mixon, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, it's going to be hard for the Jets out of the gate. If they pass that test, then maybe
what's passing the test for you? 500, 2-2?
2-2 would be passing that test. Okay. Yeah, if they could get 2 wins there, but it's going to be tough. I don't know. I look at the Jets as possibly starting a little tough, 1-3, and then they go to Miami, maybe even 1-4.
Miami coming to them. Miami's coming to them.
Either way, the Miami game possibly 1-4, but I don't think the Jets are going to be the type of team that just lays down and dies at 1-4. They're going to still win some football games, but it's going to be tough out of the gate because Zach Wilson's still sad. He's still, about 4 months short of his 16th birthday. And
so what's he looks
every bit of it.
He's going to have a Sweet 16.
No, Zach Wilson, I need to see the system take place first. He hasn't shown me that he can be the quarterback. So Zach Wilson right now is the major liability. Until he goes in against these North defenses and shows me that he can be good, I can't predict that he's going to be. And it's going to be one of those two, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. Somebody makes the leap, maybe even Mac Jones, maybe Davis Mills. But until I see it, I'm not going to go out on a limb and predict the Jets to win 10 games. I could see them hitting 6 or 7, even with a rough start. because the Robert Saleh will have them playing hard.
So you don't believe the Jets are even remotely even close to a playoff team?
No.
Okay.
No, not in the AFC right now. No way.
You know what I'm going to turn to on this one? Rob, how do you feel your Jets are going to do this year, man? Do you have is there optimism in the air?
No, and I'm like a realist Jet fan. Like when the Jets got Le'Veon Bell, I was like, yeah, right, not going to happen. You know what I mean? But I definitely think we're going to win more than 5 games. Where the first 6 games are tough, man. Like you're gonna hope these young guys go out there and play fast football. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're a young team, man. There aren't really a lot of old guys over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm seeing 8 or 9. I'd be shocked if they make the playoffs. I don't think that's gonna happen. AFC is too tough.
I firmly believe the AFC is going to be a gauntlet as well. But I think if you start off the way I got them starting off, and maybe listen, 5-0 is it realistic? Probably not. But I feel like every single one of those games is winnable to me. Every single one of them.
Well, yeah, but when you're looking now from the other side of things, and you're the Steelers, and you're looking at it, you're like, well, that's definitely a winnable game against the Jets.
Should the Steelers be that confident?
Well,
with Mitch Trubisky as their quarterback,
should the Jets?
I think there's more upside to Zach Wilson than there is Mitch.
There's also a lot more upside with a TJ Watt-led defense, reigning defensive player
100%.
of the year.
And I think they're going to have fits.
Proven what they could hope Breece Hall turns into. So I feel like the Steelers have at least some established veterans on that team. Outside of Mitch Trubisky, who I know is hot garbage, Zach Wilson might be the same fucking thing.
You're right. There is a very, I don't want to say strong or good possibility, but there's a world out there that we live in, and that by the Packer game in week 6, they're like, get the fucking Flacco in there, please. Get Flacco in there. This kid's not it.
And I don't think so.
I don't think that, though.
Trubisky, the one thing that he does bring to the table is he's a good running quarterback. That's another thing that the Jets will probably.
I know he ran all over Dallas once.
Did you guys see that the NFL released their streaming service today?
And it's NFL Plus?
NFL Plus, yeah.
How do you get that?
It's $4.99 a month. It's only on your phone.
But it's garbage because it's not like you're getting the games.
No, you do.
You're getting the ticket for $5 a month.
You get
like the same. It's like what
you would get on NFL.
Yeah,
NFL app. Yeah,
but it's not even going to be live TV.
You get games. Yes, you do. Look at.
You're going to get the Thursday game, maybe.
I'm telling you, it says you get all.
You're not going to get. You're not going to get. You're not getting the NFL
unless Google has the rights to the ticket.
I just know it's for sure. It's only on your phone. You can't get it on like your
that
TV.
Is such garbage. By the way,
tablets.
Well, whatever, bro. Who wants a fucking tablet? I don't even have a tablet. I have one tablet, but it's surrounded by pink, and it's my daughter's. Like, that's my tablet.
Well, look, it's not like
what? Chris wants a tablet?
Yeah,
get a tablet then.
I mean, tablets are essential to certain things. Like if you want to use the Illustrator app, you need a tablet.
Christmas is a couple months away, bro. You hear that, Ash? Christmas is a couple months away. Start saving your pennies.
NFL anyway. Plus streaming has live games for $4.99, but not on your TV.
Yeah, but it's not access to all games.
I gotta look into that.
Week.
I gotta look into that.
There's
but anyway,
no way. They're charging. That's
no. I don't. There's no way.
A month?
Zero shot because I pay $50 a month for the goddamn ticket.
Both NFL Plus and Premium offer the ability to stream live, local, or nationally broadcast regular and postseason game, including playoffs.
Yeah, so local, you get the same games that you would get if you're watching TV.
There's also live game audio for all games, with your choice of home, away, or national broadcast. Again, the entire slate of preseason. Again,
I'm not going to get the Packer game at 1 o'clock on Sunday on that app because I don't live in Green Bay.
8 o'clock on Sunday, it'll be on Channel 4 anyway, so you'll be all right.
Yeah.
He knows his shit. Listen, I don't know about the NFL Plus
that
app.
Is hilarious.
I would love nothing more than to get rid of the ticket. I really would because it's expensive and it sucks. I pay $50 a month just to watch the Cowboys. And you know what? You know what really sucks about this? The Cowboys are so nationally televised a lot. No matter what they're on every week, it feels like I'm watching the ticket. Maybe I don't know how many times did my dad come over to my house last year? 4, maybe, that they weren't on TV. That's the only time my dad and my brother come to my house. So I'm like, I got the ticket, guys. I pump my chest out. I got the ticket. But it's like most of the times they're on Fox, Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, Thanksgiving, fucking opening weekend. Like they got plenty of coverage. But yet here I am, like a schmuck, paying $50 a month for the ticket. Anyway, Jets are going to Super Bowl. What? Yeah. Listen, I like the Jets
Zach
this
Wilson
year.
in the MVP race?
He is.
You might as well
will
play some money on this.
He will be. Is there a second-year Rookie of the Year contest?
Second-year Player of the Year.
Second-year Player of the Year. How about Most Improved? He can win that.
He could.
He could. He won't. You sound like me.
He could.
Oh
the
my god!
difference is I did
Jimmy
mine on
Palumbo
purpose.
coming in and getting involved heavily on the show because he thinks my kids are Jets fans. That joke will probably never get old, or he'll never stop telling it. But no, my kids are not.
I mean, Dave,
Jets
are
fans.
you a Jets fan?
I mean, today it seems like Scoop was asking if I got paid to do this as like a Jets representative. I didn't get paid to do. Listen,
You know how like
and none of my
every week or every episode we release, fans of teams come out and they're like mad because you're talking shit.
they're gonna love this video.
No, Jet fans are gonna be like, dude, are you fucking nuts? We suck.
Jets fans
What
are
are
gonna
you
come in like,
talking about?
dude, what? Like what? I'm
Like,
here to be
this
your
guy has no
unofficial,
fucking clue what he's
official
talking
hype
about.
man, bro. Hype man. This is it. Listen, if the Bengals could do it, and I understand that Anon came in before saying like Chase is better than anything the Jets have, and like Burrow is better than Wilson. I'm not saying they're not, but I'm saying it's a possibility that a team can make strides, so many strides in 1 year's time. The Bengals went from the laughing stock of football to the AFC champions last year. Why can't that happen for the Jets? Why can't that happen for the Jaguars? Why can't that happen for the fucking the Broncos?
How many national titles did Zach Wilson win at LSU?
Oh my god!
I mean, Joe Burrow is the difference there, and like maybe the receiver for the Jets could be Jamar Chase. We have no idea what he's going to do this year, but I mean, I think the difference here is obviously the Joe Burrow is a superstar, and Zach Wilson is
Joe Burrow's a superstar now.
Joe Burrow was a superstar in college.
Why? Because he took a photo after winning the championship with a cigar in his mouth.
I mean, yeah, partially. He
Goo
won
Tigers, however you
won-
spell it.
when you win the national title.
Yeah, no, listen. I'm not gonna take anything away from Joe Burrow. He's a G, right? He's the guy. He's been a champ. He's almost won the Super Bowl, right?
And their head coaches.
And their head coaches aces. But I firmly believe in Robert Saleh. I really do. And like you can't tell me that when Saleh was the DC for San Francisco, that every time you saw him on the sidelines, you're like, fuck, I want him to be my head coach. There was time.
I was like, I want him to be my D coordinator because I know he's a good defensive coordinator.
Well, here's the thing. For me, not for you, because you have a stud of a head coach, right?
Our offensive coordinator is the coach's brother. Is Mike LaFleur's brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Matt LaFleur's brother.
Matt LaFleur,
Whatever.
yes. I think his
Maybe
name might be
your guy
Mike.
is Mike.
My guy is Mike.
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is this: like this guy is a motivator, and if the Jets drafted as well as I think they did this year, and they again, there's a couple pieces that walked out the door that I'm like, damn, why'd you let him go? Marcus May, really good, right?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm telling you right now, the Jets have put themselves in a position in a very, when I say after the Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, and even I think the Patriots are going to suck. I think the Dolphins and the Jets are like right there for a second place finish in the AFC East. I really do.
I think the Dolphins have like significantly better roster than the Jets. Their defense is so much better. So much better.
You want to talk about, you're harping on the Jets will only go as far as Zach Wilson takes them. Tua could fucking stink.
Yeah, but Tua has won like 20 games in the league already as a starter. He's got a really good win percentage.
But at the same time, Tua was also like subbed out a lot. Like, oh no, we don't fit in now.
True.
Come on out. Come on out.
It's true.
We need a clutch drive. Tua, come on out. Like that's
in
the thing.
in his rookie season. And you know what the thing was
They mismanaged the shit out of that.
When Tua was dealing with it, but did they?
Yeah.
I mean,
why would you do that to a kid?
Because when you're a
Let him
coach,
grow.
and first of all, that was Brian Flores anyway, and that was number one.
He got
Number two,
fired.
That's granted.
Number
They didn't
two-
like each other.
number two, to me, it's like when you have an obligation to the vets in the locker room, if you're in a playoff push and like you're bringing Tua along, and most of the time, yeah, you need Tua. But when you have a 2-minute driller where you're playing from behind and you have to do some things that you can't do with a young rookie quarterback, and Fitzpatrick knows the offense inside out, you can't turn to the vets on the team and be like, like we got to bring him in this situation. And I think that's situational coaching. You're in the NFL. Learn to fucking deal with a little bit of benching and a little bit of hard luck, if that's what you want to call it. I don't think that Tua is put it this way. Tua is a way better prospect right now than Zach Wilson is.
I don't think so. Dude.
I don't know about that.
I don't
dude.
think so
I
either,
don't know
dog.
about that at all.
I would
You
like
wanna
to
know why?
I'd like to put
Oh.
a poll up on that.
Do you want to
Yeah.
know why? Because one guy has had success and one guy hasn't. Even in his rookie
Define
year,
success, though.
Tua had a better year in his rookie year than Zach Wilson did. Did he not?
Well, Zach Wilson also hurt. Was he not?
Did he not get hurt playing in his rookie year?
I mean, I'm still. Oh, Tua.
I think
The guy came in with a broken hip.
But no, did Zach Wilson not get hurt playing in the NFL?
I understand.
Right?
What
Yeah,
he
he
can't
got
get
hurt,
hurt.
he got
Like,
hurt, yeah.
he's
All
not
right, so-
fragile.
But if you look at his numbers weren't good. They were actually really bad. They won 3 games last year, right?
Just to go back to the
Dolphins were
comments
winning
for a
games
second.
with Tua as a rookie.
Just to go back to the comments, Al Toon, by the way, yes, we'll be in studio tomorrow. Don Maynard Day here at Shea. No, Ken Palman saying that the Jets are like an expansion team. They're young and talented, but will need time. So were the Bengals, bro.
Yeah,
they
but
were
that's an
all
anomaly,
young.
bro. You're acting like that's such a consistency.
No,
that
but I'm saying it's
teams
been
go
done.
from 4 and 13.
It's been done. So that's what I'm saying. There's a chance it could happen again.
Is there a
Teams
chance?
catch
What is
fire?
the chances of them going? It's like 1 in 75,000.
So go
That's their chance.
sprinkle a couple bucks on the Jets.
No, the Jets making the playoffs, I think, is plus 1,000.
To me, that's a nice little bet. That's a nice little bet, I think.
donation.
It's not a donation when you put $20 or $50. It's not a donation. It's a good
not
value
a big
bet.
donation. It's a $20 donation.
As it says on the screen,
Hold on.
ladies and
I have
gentlemen.
breaking news.
Oh shit!
And this is legit breaking news. We
Uh-oh.
started the show, Dave. You said you didn't think this would be the end for Vince McMahon, correct? You think there'd be more trouble, right? WWE released a statement, and this is from the Associated Press.
From WWE?
Yes, sir. And
Oh,
from
no.
Associated Press.
This is going to be bad.
WWE issued corporate filing with the SEC this morning, announcing that it's determined that Vince McMahon payouts to women in the past should have been recorded as official company expenses. With the following stated, the company has made a preliminary determination that payments that Vince McMahon agreed to pay during the period of 2006 to 2022, including the amount paid and payable in the future, and that were not recorded in WWF's financial statements, should have been recorded as expensive in the quarters which those agreements were made. Approximately $14.6 million. All payments underlying the unrecorded expenses were or will not be paid by Vince McMahon personally. This is something that he's.
But for what?
You know for what?
So
Yeah, but I'm
NDAs.
saying like they put out a statement. Go back to the comments real quick. They put out a statement that said that this should be like recorded as expenses.
They should be recorded as NDAs. They're saying they're not recorded as anything. They're just in
So
there.
basically,
He
it's
used
like
company money to pay for it.
he used his company's money.
Yes.
So it's not the end
But,
of the world.
but
There's investors and there's other
yes,
things.
That's
So
why
yes, so
that's why he retired. But,
but
they're
I'm
saying
sure
he could get
they probably were in the know of that anyway.
course they were.
But it's more or less he's either going to have to pay a fine. Definitely not going to go to jail over this. It's not like
he probably won't, but he's definitely
he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. You
Yeah.
might have to go to court.
First of all,
but come on, bro.
first
The
of all,
billionaire's
first
not going to go to jail for this.
of all, and I'm not
And
talking
it's
about you.
ridiculous that he didn't pay it.
Sometimes comments come in that like trigger me, and it was just like we should have wrapped up like a half hour, like 10 minutes ago, because whatever. Ken Palmer saying, good, Vince deserves all the bad he can have happen to him after he treated his 1099 wrestlers. Ken, there's no such thing as The Rock. There's no such thing as John Cena. There's no such thing as Hulk fucking Hogan without Vince McMahon. You can't say anything bad about Vince. He's an old
Have you ever
perv.
seen
It is
Durag?
what it
Have you
is.
ever seen
The guy's a
Durag
jerk off,
Vince?
but he's the biggest, greatest businessman of all time. And you can't say that. You would fucking pay all the money in the world to be Vince McMahon. All the money in the world to be
Oh,
Vince
no
McMahon
way.
for a day, for an hour. You would
He's
pay that money.
75. I'm not trying to be
77,
77 years old.
I'm
right
talking
now.
about take him at 50, take him at 40, take him at your age right now. Would you trade spots? You would, goddamn right, you would trade spots. Do not put shade
would
on a
sell-
guy who created something
You win
so
the Royal
big,
Rumble if you trade with Vince
so
right
big,
now. Huh? You win the
bigger than
Royal
anything
Rumble
you can
if
ever do
trade
in your
Vince right now.
life, ever. He will do anything Vince McMahon has done has turned to fucking gold, except for the first round of the XFL. Because
But the
that's
crazy thing is, did you hear about that too? And New
And these
York
NDAs
didn't
that
get.
he tried to keep under wraps.
They
He
announced the
couldn't-
new cities for the XFL. and
oh my
New
god,
York
the
got-
metropolitan area was left
We
off.
didn't get one.
New York didn't
Wait.
get a team.
Oh damn! I'm not gonna get to go see a game that
I
I
was
wasn't gonna
a-
go fucking see
Almost
anyway.
a season ticket holder for the fucking Guardians.
0%
Okay?
chance.
I tailgated. A guy jumped through the table right in front of my face. Ask Shrieks, ask KC, ask Ray Gross. They were all there for the greatest tailgate that ever happened. And then
I'm trying to think
COVID
if
hit.
there's anything else that I care about less than the XFL. Maybe the NHL,
WNBA.
WNBA.
We're really gonna go back
Which would
there
you
again?
rather attend?
By the way, did you see Bill Burr's comment?
we talked about that.
Did we?
There's
Okay.
none of them.
I watched his stand-up though. I watched it in its entirety. I'm like, man, did he hit
I
everything on
wouldn't
the
go
head.
to an NHL. I mean, I would go to an NHL game. I have.
Yeah,
I
dude,
wouldn't go to an
Three.
XFL game though.
3 teams in Texas in the XFL. San Antonio, Houston, and then is it Dallas? I'm assuming it's Dallas.
Smart though.
I'm getting told to ask-
Or
rivalries.
Arlington, I'm sorry.
Rob, ask how fantasy baseball was this weekend. After a guaranteed win was predicted on the
Bro,
Thursday
not
show.
only, dude, the most confident puffing the chest out.
I'm still winning the league. I'm very confident in that.
You might not make the playoffs.
Dave, please
Didn't you
stop.
say you're up 1,000 points or something?
It's not,
Is that bad?
like a
please stop. You have
90%
2 teams
playoff
on your
percentage.
asshole. Right up your asshole. You have 2 teams. Half
It's a
game
good thing
behind
I
you.
shaved this morning.
Ah,
So
good luck.
No, Dave, look, please don't worry about what's going on with my team. Worry about your team.
What's that?
Right?
I can't hear you. It's very lonely at the top.
It's going to be a
at
fucking
12
it's
and
gonna
2.
Be, it's going to be one of those fall from graces. All the
I know
way up
it is.
top and he
Of course,
fucking falls.
I'm going to fall right here on the Cabinet Creation
Right,
Sports.
there will be a day on this show where I'm like, see, Dave,
I agree,
told you.
Bailey. I think NHL games are really fun in person too. You've never been to an NHL game?
I took him this year.
I have been to an NHL game, and look,
He didn't know what was on the ice.
slightly above average at best, but I'm not like
It was a regular
bro, I'm
season
hooked on hockey.
Ranger game, and we were up in
No,
Sean's
but
seats.
this is my point. It's like
I
everybody's
want to
like,
go.
oh, they're much better in person. It's like, isn't most shit better in person? I mean, is it even better in person?
Sometimes it all honestly depends on the
Dude,
game
that game,
situation.
like,
I've been to a couple Rangers
You
games.
need to
One of
go-
them they lost 5-1.
you need to
The
go.
place was empty in fucking 30 seconds. All right, it wasn't fun. Right?
You know what?
There was
Gooch is
no
just bitter.
fights.
You know why Gooch is bitter? Because we stayed to the end of the game. We missed the train. We were stuck in the city for like an hour and a half after the
Yeah,
game.
I mean, no,
Very
look,
upset.
Look,
And then your phone
Was it
died. You can't get in
overtime?
touch with
It
Ashley. Everything was just a
wasn't
fucking
terrible.
disarray.
It wasn't a terrible night, but I wasn't like, wow, everyone was so right about NHL games. I'd rather watch 2 people fight outside of the Shell gas station right now for free.
Me too.
Right?
to be honest.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Wait, till, dude. When was that time you've been to like a Raw or a SmackDown, Dave?
Me?
Yeah.
I was at Extreme Rules when Rollins came back.
Okay, so listen to me.
It's been a long time.
They will after Raw. There will be people doing fake wrestling outside, and they'll put on like a whole fucking.
And I'm
show
going to referee
for
the whole
20
fucking
no,
thing.
Dave, I'm serious. Like 20 minutes. It's amazing, dude. Until someone's girlfriend gets punched in the face, and then we gotta like back up. But it's.
We'll make sure we get it
hilarious.
all on video for the Chop Sports Fight Factory Instagram. It's going to be a great time. And if Vince comes out,
He ain't coming out now. That's for sure.
everything you just read
Bro, this
seemed
whole
like it was
thing doesn't
okay.
work.
Everything you just read seemed like it was almost like
Yeah,
the
this-
WWE was
it's
like, hey guys, relax. And like, it didn't seem like it was too damning,
Bro,
to be honest with you, unless I heard it wrong.
The SEC investigates billionaires like 4 times a day, like the same billionaires, that nothing ever happens to them.
Right. It's Vince fucking
Nothing.
McMahon, bro. He's not.
And
There's
And I'm
no
not talking about the
trouble.
Southeastern Conference in college football.
So just another day in Newark. It's actually we're going to MSG,
Speak-
buddy.
We're going to MSG. But speaking of Newark, I am listen, the things I do for the people that I like and I care about. WrestlePro is actually live this Friday night in Newark. And your boy's ring announcing. So I will bring my Kevlar. I will bring everything that I need to bring to that show
Is
in
anybody
Newark.
on the card? Who's
I mean, we're doing it's like a free show for the Newark kids.
nice.
It's gonna be fun. It's all fun for the kids. It's Jimmy Palumbo bobblehead day over there in Newark, New Jersey. Getting involved. Anyway, so that's a show. I can't wait. I'm geeked up for Raw, man. I am actually very geeked. I told Rob this. I was like, and Tommy too, within the same chat. I was like, I haven't been able to go to a Raw and like cut loose in a long, long time because when you're in wrestling, and I've been in the business for 10 years, it's like you always have to be like, oh, I can't root, like I can't openly root. I'm part of them. Blah, blah, blah. Like it's a brotherhood. Dude, I'm going there as a big fucking Mark boy today. Boy, I can't wait. I got my Austin shirt on. I got the Fight Factory shit going on. It's going to be a fun time. Chop Sports will be there in the house at MSG for a massive moment. The first ever Monday Night Raw. First ever Monday Night Raw without Vince at the helm. In history. I was there for the first Raw.
At the MSG where it all started.
Yeah,
with
bro.
WrestleMania, all that, everything, dude, comes here. So it's.
Oh man, Scoop, you're bringing up very tragic times. See, that's where I got suspended for a month from WrestlePro.
Wow.
So wait,
He said I was doing chops in the parking lot of WrestleMania. I was in like a fake street fight at WrestleMania tailgate. And Pat heard about it and suspended us all. We were all supposed to have I was supposed to win the tag titles the following month, and we got fucking suspended. So never won the championship after that.
Because nobody cares.
You said wait, and I was saying something to do wrestling.
What was it?
You said wait. And I
Wait?
You said what were you going to say though?
I don't know. I've been trying to think of it for like a 30 seconds.
Smoke more weed, Turtle. Smoke more weed. Anyway, that's a show as
My
we've been
allergies,
trying.
bro.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Anyway, that's a show. Guys and girls and everybody who's been watching, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you like my Jets takes, you can come paint my face white and green. So I know Vargas is out there. Congratulations to him. I don't know if he said he was beating up Brian Myers last night, Rob. I don't know. I don't know if he definitely didn't win the belt because that's a Impact title. So I can't imagine that happening. But he probably did beat some ass. So that's cool. So shout out to all the Jets fans out there. I hope I fluffed you up a little bit today, and I hope you're walking a little bit proudly to be a Jets fan today, because I think the Jets are going to do some damage. And what that damage is, I really don't know. But it's going to be damage. They're going to do it. They're going to take care of business this year, and that'll be it. So for Sturch and Gooch, Wrestling Rob, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the stream, tell all your friends. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Who's tomorrow? Bills? No.
And I wouldn't say that you put the smackdown on me. I had the second most points in the fucking league, Sam.